Today, we're getting started on restoring my Miata to its once former glory. Let's go ahead and see if this thing will even start. Shockingly, I don't have any doubts that it won't start. What the f was that whining noise? All right, first things first, we are going to be removing this old spoiler, which as you might be able to tell has a scratch and is completely cracked, and replacing it with this MAZDASPEED Miata ducktail. Now, ever since I bought this car, my dream was to put the MAZDASPEED Miata wing on it just because it spans across the entire deck lid of the car. And I think it looks really cool and I think it fits it. However, it's in the wrong color. We need to fix that. So I bought some paints. We're going to be painting this to match the car. But first we've got to remove this. I think I just cracked it even more. Alright, well, this thing is pretty dirty, and honestly, I have taken this off once before. That's why it was so easy. Otherwise, you're going to take a fishing string and dig out all of this. Alright, so now we're going to focus on sanding the spoiler down, but first I'm going to try to get some of the dirt off of it. Awesome, now that was 120 grit. I'm gonna jump up to 1,000 grit. I know it's a crazy jump, but it's just a spoiler. I don't really care. All right, I didn't do the most thorough job, but this is just a spoiler. It'll be fine. I think after paint, it'll be fine. I don't see any big areas that are like super gonna show up on anything. That'll be fine. Gonna let this dry for a few minutes because it is like 90 degrees out right now, and then we're gonna come back to it and start on the painting process. All right, gonna go ahead and clean this up and then start laying some paint. Go ahead and do the same to this side. Now that I'm doing this, I'm a little worried the 120 grit was too strong and I didn't get all of those out. All right, now let's go ahead and try to clean up this trunk lid. I'm just gonna spray it off and wipe it down. All right, I guess I'll try some Goo Gone, see if it comes off after that. I do have this slightly painted. I would just like to see kind of what it might look like. It got a little wet, but whatever. Damn. It still kind of doesn't match, but hopefully with the clear it'll look a lot better. Yeah, it needs to be resanded too. Damn. All right, well, it appears that I have messed this up severely. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see a lot of the 120 grit marks, and even where it just kind of chewed up the spoiler a little bit. I am going to redo this with 400 grit now, and I think I got 600 grit as well, so let's go ahead and do that, and then I will sand with 1000, and hopefully this can be as smooth as possible. So let's get this over with. All right, time for part 2 of painting to commence. I am a little rather worried because I don't know how much paint I have left. It's already out. Are you f***ing kidding me? I will say, this does feel a lot smoother than it did. There's still a few spots, but overall, I think I'm gonna be happy with it. I'm not aiming to be perfect. The car is not perfect. The car will never be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. Everything sucks. Fuck it, just get a dog. Oh no! I really hope I don't run out of paint. I'm gonna knock on the grass and the dirt and the earth. Wow, there was not a lot of paint in this can and I spent $50 on this and clear coat. I wonder if the Mazda dealer has any in stock. That will be my second resort if I run out of paint. No way it is already out. There's no way. I didn't even complete painting it once. What? This is why shit never gets done. Oh good, and it's cracking. The paint is literally cracking. All right, well, unfortunately, as you saw, this can that was $50 is out of paint already. However, I did set it on the car so we can at least see what it looks like. And it looks okay on camera, but in person, it's rough. I was also trying to figure out what I can do to try and salvage this video, since I just can't finish this and a new can of paint is 2 weeks out. I went on Marketplace to try and figure out, okay, maybe there's something I can do to try to salvage this video, and I came across a listing for a Beer Money Motorsport ECU. All right, let's talk about a few things. Now, let's kind of talk about the NB, why it's abandoned, and where we're going from here. There just isn't much of a point for me to take that car out anymore because I do have this ND.
Now, the original plan with that car was to turbo it. And that's still my original plan, and I'm happy to announce that I am going with that plan. We are factory turbo MAZDASPEED Miata turbo swapping that car. Now, I'm gonna have the same VVT engine that's in it, but I'm putting a factory MAZDASPEED Miata turbo on it. Sorry if I phrased that like we're doing an engine swap. We're not. Not as of right now, at least. So, currently, I'll just go ahead and say it because I've had this in the works for so long. I already have a turbo for it. I've got the turbo, I've got the manifold for it already. All I need is a downpipe. I need an intercooler, and I need all of the lines, and I've got to drill and tap my oil pan. But as I was searching, trying to salvage this video, I came across a listing for a Beer Money Motorsports ECU, and I need an ECU. I don't have that. We'll slowly be doing a turbo build on the Miata, but it's not something super big in the cards for me right now. I am trying to focus on the ND and getting that kind of to where I want it. My main goal is to take this car to Miatas at the Gap this year. And I would ask you guys what car you want to see at Miatas at the Gap, but every year I take the NB Miata, and that's just not in the cards for me this year because it has been sitting. Typically every year it'll sit, and then Miatas at the Gap rolls around, I'll fix the car up, boom, it does great, and then it'll sit again. I think it's just been a big stressor on that car to sit pretty much all year, and then to have one oil change done to it, drive 5 hours there, drive around redlining the engine the entire time, then 5 hours back, essentially still redlining the engine because that's how the gearbox works. We are turboing it, so it's gonna be even more stressed. The only thing that I have to do to get this car prepped for Miatas at the Gap this year is new tires and new brake pads, because these brake pads are not ran through, but they just suck in general. Now, I know this video really wasn't a whole lot. I couldn't even really finish the main goal of it. However, hopefully the paint supplies come in earlier so we can finish that in the next video. But this is something that we can work on next week, is getting the new ECU installed, which I'm excited about, and maybe even trying to do some tuning as well. But I am not a tuner, and I just don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, with all of that being said, I do appreciate the love and support on these past few videos. It really does mean a lot to me that I'm able to change what I was doing, mini bikes, and then switch directly over to cars. That does mean a whole lot to me, and I really love the support. I am thinking about starting a Patreon because these videos do get very, very expensive, and I am putting a lot of work into these videos and a lot of time and energy. With all of that being said, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to reach out to me. Once again, thanks so much for the support, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.
I'll be staying outside.